to face the AFC East leading Bills. The first meeting between Josh Allen and Ben Roethlisberger. Pittsburgh clinches a playoff spot with a win tonight. Time to get you ready. Sunday NFL Countdown from the Seaport District starts right now.
We ready.
This is what we live for.
We ready.
They want to fight, we gonna fight.
We ready.
Football Sundays, man.
For ya.
You want to be great? Be great. Man, let's go get it.
We're chasing all the parties.
Josh Allen fired the strike.
We're looking to compete for a world championship. They've got a lot of explosive players.
Kelsey wide open. Touchdown.
They need help.
The Dolphins are in business. What a call.
We dominate everyone.
We got to continue to battle and fight and work. That's my message to him, be Jalen Hurt. Obviously, he's facing a really good opponent this week.
He's going to run it in for the touchdown. Taysom Hill.
Usually when adversity hits, it's all about how you respond.
Everybody sit back. Grab your popcorn.
Let's put on a show.
Welcome to Sunday NFL Countdown, presented by Snickers.
A lot on the line today as we creep toward the playoffs in a season that's been as exciting as it's been unpredictable. As we say hello from the Seaport District, it's week 14. I'm Sam Ponder with Randy Moss, Rex Ryan, Teddy Bruschi, Matt Hasselbeck. Guys, 8 of the top 9 AFC teams are playing each other over the next 2 days. So we're going to find out a lot about this conference. But before we get to all that, the slate is stacked. And for that, we need to get to our insiders and say good morning to Adam Schefter and Chris Mortensen. Guys, what do we need to know before kickoff today?
Well, good morning, Sam. There is no rush to bring back Drew Brees for the New Orleans Saints, and there's no timetable as to when he might return, casting doubt as to whether or not Brees will be ready for next Sunday's showdown against the Kansas City Chiefs in New Orleans. That means that today, Taysom Hill will make his 4th consecutive start. The Saints are 3-0 with him playing quarterback. They're 8-0 without Brees dating back to last season, and they're hoping to build upon that today in Philadelphia, Mort.
Adam, the Giants are bringing back Daniel Jones, who missed 1 week last week, a win over the Seattle Seahawks on the road because of that hamstring injury. But on Friday, he practiced in full. Joe Judge gave him the thumbs up after the training staff gave him the thumbs up. But don't expect that 80-yard run where he gets a chance to trip up down the field. They'll be happy with the fact that he has some mobility in the arm to connect for the first place Giants against the Arizona Cardinals. They are 5-7 and on a 4-game win streak. And then in Philadelphia, everybody knows the story about Jalen Hurt. He's in New Orleans today. He's taking over for Carson Wentz. He was named the starter for this week, but sources say that the expectation is that he'll start beyond this week. And certainly Doug Peterson has a package for him. It's not unlike what he saw in college at Oklahoma or Alabama. You see a lot of run options, short passes. He does like to throw downfield like he did last week against Jalen Reagor. He's a strong, fast, hard to take down physical runner. So Jalen Hurts for the Eagles today, Adam.
And more, for the time being, the Philadelphia Eagles intend to keep Carson Wentz, but they are on the clock. The Eagles must make a decision by the second day of the league year in March of 2021, because on the third day of the league year, Wentz's $22 million base salary for 2022 becomes fully guaranteed, and his roster bonus of $10 million also is paid out. So even though the organization is saying all the right things about Wentz for now, and even though they are tied to him financially, there are some decisions that loom in the future, but for now, they do intend to keep him. They don't plan on trading him, and the cost, frankly, is prohibitive, Sam, if they do.
Yeah, it's a complicated situation, guys. It's a position that Carson Wentz has never been in his time in the league. So I'm not saying you're an expert at this, Matt, but what's it like for him? What's it like to be benched?
Yeah, listen, it stinks. Like, it's humiliating. You feel like, one day you're the most important piece of the puzzle to the team. You're like the newspaper, and then the next day you're yesterday's newspaper, and you feel like you have no value. It's almost like an out-of-body experience. And I would just say this, though. I think that you can take one step back to take 2 steps forward. I remember early in my career in Seattle, I was benched. I wasn't playing well. I was trying to do too much. And Trent Dilfer came in, and he ran the offense exactly the way the coaches asked him to run it. He was like, hey, you want a completion on this play? I'm going to get you a completion. And I sat there and watched this out-of-body experience, and I thought, man, if and when I ever get my chance again, I'm going to play different. Like, if they want that, that's what I'm going to give them. And I think that's what Carson Wentz has the opportunity to do. Jalen Hurts is going to go out there and he's going to run the offense the way that it should be. He's like a rookie, basically. I'm going to go out, I'm going to get completions. I'm going to stay ahead of the change. It's going to be 2nd and 5. He's not going to lead the league in interceptions and turnovers and sacks. He's just going to play within the system, within himself. And I would expect Carson Wentz will get another shot at some point, and we'll see a better version of him. But right now, Sam, it's miserable. It is absolutely miserable. You want your team to win, but you're hurting, you're struggling, and you just don't even have the words and the emotions right now.
Yeah, and if you're Carson Wentz's teammate, you hope he's upset. You hope that this bothers him because, truthfully, everybody needs a slice of humble pie once in a while in their careers, and that's what he got served up. So I think it's important. You've got the experience you're talking about, who he is now. Because Jalen Hurts is the quarterback now. Can he be in that supportive role? The only example I have is when Brady was named starter over Drew Bledsoe. Back when Brady took off, Drew was upset. Drew was really upset. People that close to him knew how upset he was. He just got a big contract. This is my team. Behind closed doors, yes, he voiced his opinion. But still, he was supportive to Brady on the sideline. He was a resource for Tom. Can Carson Wentz fulfill that role?
Yeah, it's funny. Like, you guys make phenomenal points right there. But Sam talked about how this has never happened to Carson Wentz before. But it sure feels like it's happened before, doesn't it? Like, it almost feels like he got benched during that Super Bowl run. He didn't. He was injured. So this is all new to him. And you're right, Matt. If he responds this way and he's willing to, to respond this way and take that outside look, this might be the best thing for him. But is he that type of guy? I guess that's what we'll find out in the future.
For there being a quarterback controversy in Philly, I've said for the last couple of weeks, maybe the coach Peterson sitting him down may bring the best out in a guy like Carson Wentz. Well, I would just want to talk about what I seen last week in a guy like Jalen Hurts against the Green Bay Packers. The touchdown drive he threw to Greg Ward Jr., how subtle he was in the pocket, how he moved. Matt, you just talked about running the Philadelphia Eagles offense, being able to get the ball out, going to your 2nd and 3rd read. I see a guy like Jalen Hurts being able to do something like that. They have their work cut out against them today, but I like what he's doing in the pocket, being able to deliver the ball to the pass catchers that they pay this money to.
But is this good for him? Like, if you're Jalen Hurts, you got to know the leash is very short when you've got a guy that's making $100 million sitting on the bench waiting to get back in. And from Adam's report, by all intents and purposes, in terms of Philly's perspective, they're expecting to get Carson back. So how long is the leash? You throw a couple picks and you're pulled?
We talked about the reset button that was needed by Carson Wentz. You can tell Doug Peterson was trying to coach him out of his struggles, and that just wasn't happening. And so this is your last resort, and you have to do it. I think it's good for Carson Wentz. I mean, I think of the situation that he's been in for the last couple years, and the Philadelphia Eagles won a Super Bowl, and he had to watch. And the guy that won the Super Bowl, that was the MVP, they got rid of. And they say, okay, Wentz, you're our guy, go do what he did. And maybe that pressure's been on him for so long that he needs to just step back a little bit and just start playing football and see it from a different perspective. Maybe that's good for him.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see how he carries himself on the sideline today. We're going to get to more on this game. I know they're playing the Saints, probably the team we should be talking about more. We will do that later in the show. But for now, let's get to our opening kicks, what you're most excited to see today. Teddy, kick us off.
Game of the night, Sam. Steelers at the Buffalo Bills. There are chinks in the armor. Are there chinks in the armor? The Steelers are starting to show them. I mean, all those quick passes that they run, receivers dropping balls. Ben Roethlisberger's got to be the key that drives the engine, and those receivers got to catch the ball. And also, this guy's coming back. Along with Marquise Pouncey, James Conner. Can you provide some relief running the football, taking a little stress off you? Because Josh Allen has got an arm that can hurt you from anywhere on the field. The Buffalo Bills are a hot team right now.
Man, last time this team was in Miami, the confetti was falling. Man, Super Bowl champs, last year's team, Kansas City Chiefs. They are going into Miami today. Man, this Miami defense is hot. ninth in the National Football League in red zone. But these two cornerbacks are playing at a high level. Quarterback Byron Jones and, man, the under quarterback Xavier Howard leads the league with 8 interceptions. Hey, Kansas City, you putting your show on the road. No sloppy balls in the air, or are they going back to the house? It's a big game going down in Miami. Can't wait to watch this one.
How about this big game? Tampa Bay versus Minnesota. Tom Brady coming off a bye. Man, I hope this team came together and really studied what they're doing. If they did, look for Tom Brady to be underneath center. When I studied him, I think he's more efficient underneath center. It fits what Tom Brady does. Let's run the football, Bruce Arians, and let's open up this play action with Tom Brady. He'll be much more effective that way. A well-rested Tom Brady, watch out.
Hey, a great game today is going to be Arizona and Kyler Murray going up against a giant